Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of Tutorial Grid Live. I'm your host, Cherokee, and on this edition, we're going to be looking at some awesome footage from Black Mariachi, like we've been doing for the past couple of weeks, and we'll be working in After Effects once again. But first, why don't you go ahead and click that big old subscribe button in YouTube, and make sure to subscribe to us for all the awesome details on what we're doing next. Also, head on over to Facebook, facebook.com/avidproductions479. Give us a like there to keep up to date with all the fun stuff that we're doing, which is mostly tutorial stuff. Also, check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/tutorialgrid. And make sure to check us out at our website at avidproductions479.com. So definitely make sure to check that out and give us a shout. You can also email us, do all that fun stuff. Contact at avidproductions479.com. This episode of Tutorial Grid Live is brought to you by SiteGround. SiteGround is awesome at web hosting. So if you're needing a new portfolio, if you're just needing a website, they've got all sorts of awesome stuff like WordPress and Joomla, and you can create your own site and all that stuff there. Site's starting at $3.99, so make sure to check those guys out. Link in the description below. Also, this is brought to you by The Black Mariachi by J.M. Williams. Make sure to get his copy of his book, as well as keep watching. And the feature film will be coming out pretty much in theaters in about 3 or 4 months. So make sure to check that out whenever it comes. And yeah, we're going to hammer this on out. Okay, so on this episode, I've got something a little bit more complicated, some more, I guess you could call, this is going to be one of our more masking, I guess, heavy tutorials, because we've got some footage here. We're going to have to create some lightning. More than likely, this is going to be a 1, 2, maybe even a 3-parter. So I'm going to try to keep this first one pretty fresh. So what we're going to do in this first one is we're going to take out this background. We're going to composite a background on top of it. We're going to make some lightning. We're going to change some lighting effects and really work After Effects for everything that it's got. So yeah. And I see we got one watcher. So hey, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy it. We are working on the Black Mariachi and After Effects. Right now we're in Premiere, actually. So yeah, let's go ahead and bring our footage right into After Effects. So go ahead and right click on this guy, replace with After Effects composition, and open up After Effects. Okay, so right away, the first thing that I see is we've got some position and scaling issues. So we've got our footage that our editor decided he wanted to tell us that, hey, we're going to move this footage from up here to up here. So he's wanting to do kind of like a jib shot, I guess. Okay, so that's not a problem. We're going to be able to recreate that, but the way he did it isn't necessarily going to be the way we're going to do it, because we're going to do it a little bit more realistic. And yeah, we're just going to do it differently, because that's what we do. We do things different here. Different is awesome. Okay, so we've got that. So also we've got this green screen in the back, and we've got this footage scaled up. So I'm glad that this was a static shot. So we'll be able to take out a lot of the stuff fairly easy. And we won't have to track the shot or anything. But again, like the last tutorial that we did, we've got a lot of heavy masking, just because we have this, this stick right in here. And remember the pyramid of light. So we've got to recreate the pyramid of light. We also have this guy that, thankfully, I don't think we're going to have to mask out, but we will have to do some artificial lighting on our pyramid. Because we're going to have to take these crystals here and illuminate them more, as well as throw some energy fluctuating between them, as well as start a particle system going up through our scene, adding fog and adding a particle system up here, making sure that all of these particles are going up, and just making the scene overall look awesome. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Yeah. So first off, the first thing I'm noticing here is that we've got this green screen. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate my footage here. And instead of keying this out, I knew that we were going to have a tough time illuminating our green screen. And really the only reason that I chose to green screen out the back here is so that I could mask it out easier, because there's a straight up color that is back here. So I know what should be masked out. So yes, that's why I did that. So let's go ahead and get rid of this, because we technically don't need it. Let's go ahead and click on our pen tool and just start masking away. And there's a rock right there, but I'm just going to go ahead and keep it, or I mean take it out. The fortunate thing, since this footage doesn't move, we shouldn't have that tough of a time doing a mask. And you really don't have to be super precise with this one whenever it comes to stuff like this, especially like on rocks. You want it to be pretty random and jagged, and you know, you just want it to be almost as random as possible, just because it's a rock, and rocks are very random in there, the way that they look. Go down here, and I'm gonna go ahead and mask this out. There's that. And go ahead and do these. And go around those. And keep this thing going. And do this. Yeah, we ran out of studio green screen, so we had to use this like green sheet that we found. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah, keep masking. More masks. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Mask that around here. Keep going. Still going. Still going. Lots of masking. And almost done. Alright, go ahead, and I'm just going to bring it out real tall. Just like this. That way we mask out all the appropriateness. Alright, so we'll hit M. And instead of add, we're going to change this to subtract. Alright, and that is basically it on that. All right, cool. So we've got that masked out. So the next thing that I'm going to want to do is I'm going to put the background in here. And the reason why I'm going to put the background in here is just so I don't have to do it later, because I'm going to have to add a 3D camera and do a bunch of other stuff. So I'm going to find my picture, which is the cave here. Bring that underneath. And you see that's fairly large. Bring that in. Push it up. All right there. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now, we will color correct this, or I will color correct this later. Let's see. Well, actually, I just color correct it now. It's looking pretty jank, though. I might have to find a new cave shot. Just because this cave looks pretty awful. Yeah, I'll probably have to find a new cave shot, but this will work for now. So, before I find a new cave shot, let's just go ahead and move on. Okay. Well, what should we do next? We can add the lightning. We'll go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and add some energy. So let's go ahead and go layer, new, solid. We'll call this lightning, or no, energy left. And I have a couple of plugins that I use, but the one that I'm really liking is actually from Borris, and it's just the 3D lightning here, or just the regular lightning that they have, because it has a lot more controls over it than the normal lightning plugin. And I also want to make sure that this little 3D checkbox is turned on, because we will be doing a bunch of 3D, so I want to make sure that's plugged in. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we are at least in screen, so I know where I'm putting this. So I'm going to go ahead and find my points here. Here's my source, and here's my destination. So under type, under source to destination, I'm actually going to hit strike. So that way, this is going to be striking this point, and it's not going to go any further. So if you play it back, it's going to just look at that one location. And another thing that I'm going to go ahead and do while I'm here is I'm going to go ahead and turn off my scale here. Where are you? Scale. Not scale. Position. There you are. Go ahead and turn off my position because I don't want it to move at this time. Because I just don't. I don't need to be animating that right now because we're going to add a 3D camera and it's going to make this scene a lot better looking. Cool. Okay, so we've got our strike, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of color it. So I want the middle of it to be white. So that's fine. So we're just going to kind of mess with the rest of the glow controls and whatnot. And initially, I think I started this. I didn't do the live streaming because we didn't have permission yet. But I started this part already. So I'm going to keep with the same colors, which is yellow. And it's not that yellow. It's more like... it's just enough yellow not to annoy you, you know, that kind of yellow. See, we got some more watchers here. Guys, welcome to the stream. We're working on the Black Mariachi in After Effects. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, so the next thing we've got here is we're just going to kind of mess around with my lightning settings. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Destination radius. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. Flash speed. I want to be fairly decent. But I don't like how thick it is. So I'm going to go ahead and change the width down. And core wiggly amount. I like it a little wiggly just because I just like the fact that it says wiggliness. Alright. detail is more or less going to just add just a little bit of elongation. So I'm not really going to worry about it too much. And I do want it to taper a bit. About right there. Yeah, there we go. And I do want anti-aliasing on, because I don't want this to be smooth. It's got to be smooth. Okay, motion control. Don't like that. Just does it once. Yeah, no, don't want that. Okay, that looks all right. All right, fork. Let's talk about forking. That's what we want to do today. Let's talk about forking. Also, during a lot of this, you can go ahead and start asking questions in our little chat bubble. I'll be answering them as I glance over and making sure my my stream's going. Okay, max length. That's not really going to do a whole lot. Well, I want it to be fairly large. Meh. Don't like that. Well, hell, this might be just about it. Now, I don't like the blending mode. It just looks way too fake. Screen's never been a very good blending mode for me. Not 100% sure why, but it just never has. All right, so we've got that. I've changed it to add. I'm just going to kind of glance here between all of these. Which, I mean, they're all okay. That one's actually pretty good. I like that a lot, actually. That makes it look very, very bright. Cool. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I want to see, because I'm basically going to copy this same exact effect and change the seed and position. So, what should I do here? I kind of want some motion blur just to see what it would look like. So let's go for, I think it's called CC Force Motion Blur. Drag that down and see what goes, what happens. Now, usually you don't want to do this too much. I'm probably going to have to pre-comp this, aren't I? Yeah, probably. So I'm going to have to add that in later. That's probably not going to do anything. Yeah, I'm going to have to pre-comp this. All right, so I'll just add that in later. Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. So I think the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this and call this energy left on pyramid. So now I'm going to be creating basically a light source from the lightning rod. So I'm going to create that light source, and it's going to be flickering on my pyramid here. So in theory, this should technically work, which I'm pretty positive it's going to. So I'm going to go ahead and mask out what I want to have selected. So I'll go ahead and I don't want anything. Well, hold on. I'll go ahead and mask this because this is where I'm going to mask it on. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mask it on. A little less. Right there. Oops. Nope. Victor, so the question is, the lightning effect is nice, but it's not a killer app. If you have Red Giant Universe and Trap Code, and most of their other stuff, what makes Borris worth getting in your opinion? Well, I mean, they've got a lot of good stuff. Me personally, I just like the fact that it's got a lot of control that I really do like to use. But honestly, I haven't used it enough to really um, give an honest answer, I guess. So this is kind of like my not first time using it, but it's kind of, not. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I'm not a professional at it, so I'm sure there's more things to it that I don't know yet. So I'm trying to give it as much use as I possibly can, so I can kind of play around with it. So, but that is a good idea. I do like the idea of using Trap Code or Red Giant Universe. I should probably get on that because I haven't really used it a whole lot. So that's a good idea. I should do that on the next one. I should kind of play around with it. All right. Yeah, I know about the shift plus and minus. I just like cycling through them. I don't know. I've been a big Photoshop dude, and I don't know. I like my hotkeys, but for some reason I just like it feels better whenever I just click on that mode. All right, going down. Bring it there. Well, actually, do this. Down, bring this down here. That end it here and start back down the rabbit hole. Bring those down. Pull that down. Whoops. Oh, it's another one of those days where I'm looking at brown on brown and it's just like, ugh. I can't see where I'm going here. Bring it down there. Yeah, actually, these bricks are gold. They were painted gold on set. But the way all the lighting's reflecting off everything, it's just so brown. Ugh. Bring that down, pull that in, bring that over, pull that over. Put that on there, bring that there, do that, bring that over, pull that down, pull this over. Oops. Okay. Cool. There's that, and I'm going to mask out all this ground here, and then I think I should call it quits on this one. There's that. I'll kind of feather it out just to give it more realism. Cool. All right, so there's that. Shift that on there. Ah, son of a... Okay. Another thing, if we keep forgetting, mask, copy the mask here. Copy that. Delete the mask. Chew! Oh man, I had to sneeze. All right, there we go. So for stuff like this where you're using effects and you need to mask out some of the effects, you always have to pre-comp it. Move all attributes into new composition, pre-comp it, and then paste on where you want it to go. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. But it sucks. You got to do it. Okay. Whoops. Did I do that right? Yes. Okay. So there's that. So I'm going to go ahead and hit M, and I'm going to feather this just a tad because I don't want it to be too jangy or too jagged. Just a few pixels will do, just to be nice. And then I'm also going to turn that back into that linear dodge. And I'm also going to go to my effects presets and push Gaussian blur. Bring that over, pull that on, blur that out a smidgen. And by a smidgen, I mean pretty much a lot, because this is going to be mimicking the effect of, hey, this is a light. And I'm going to duplicate this layer one more time, and I'm going to bring this down quite a bit. And maybe I'll change this to, no, I don't like that. And we'll turn this on. I don't like that. Let's see here. That on. Alright, there's that. There's that. Let's try bringing up our light levels. So try putting a curves adjustment on it. It's probably a bit too much. Yeah, that's too much. Alright, bring those down. It's going to be an interesting deal here. Let's try this. Go in here. And, well, if I do that. No, well, let's try this. Detail, taper amount, oscillation speed, max speed, dense. I don't want to do that. Let's see what that looks like here. That's actually looking pretty good. Take this down. Actually, take it off completely. That's looking quite a bit better. All right, so now we've got some light. Our pyramid there. It's not looking perfect, but we're going to get it there. Okay. I'm going to use your shift plus and minus thing here. Just because I can. Okay. Nope, 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 nope. I think that's probably going to be the best we're going to have up there. That actually doesn't look bad. If it didn't look so... Wonder. Oh, man, what'd I do? Did I do that right? Well... Well, it's not bad. I'll leave it for now until I either find something new or I think I should change it. Boom Lord, what is up? Welcome to the stream. All right, so question. Victor, do you use / recommend any peripherals for use with AE Premiere, such as a Wacom tablet or keyboard with tons of macro keys? I do prefer a Wacom. Right now, I'm using just standard mouse and keyboard. I mean, that's pretty much all I use most of the time, unless I'm doing something where I do need to draw on the surface, and that's usually whenever I use a Wacom. I've used like a Cintiq on some of this stuff, but I mean, me personally, on a lot of the stuff that I do, I don't usually use the Wacom, but if I were to do stuff like that, yeah, definitely. Wacom tablet all the way. I think the keyboard with the macro keys, I think you just have to kind of relearn the wheel all over again. So I've gotten used to a keyboard and mouse, and that's kind of what I stick to unless I need to go with something that requires a Wacom. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of this one. All right, delete that. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to take this same thing and I'm going to make it wrap around the other side. So this is going to be all of our energy that flows to the left. So I'll just go ahead and duplicate this. Call this energy left back or behind. Behind sounds good. And I'm going to change my source to right about over there, or my destination. I'm also going to change my seed. And then I'm also going to take this, and since I don't really need to change a whole lot, maybe I'll change the width a little bit. Just a little bit. So it's not just too dark. I'll just put it at 1. Why not? 1 sounds good. I'm going to, instead of taking this and pre-comping it, I'm going to duplicate it, turn it off, and then I'm going to pre-comp it. So go ahead and layer and pre-compose. Hit OK. That's another thing I do. Like, I've done tutorials for so long that it's just common for me to show exactly where these these keys are, because I'm so used to showing people who've really never used the program before how to do that stuff. So you can say the keys, but it's easier usually just to show it where it is, because sometimes you're like, oh wait, did you say control or did you say this? And it's like, oh, they go back and they see I click the mouse here and I click the mouse here. So yeah, there's a better explanation than what I had before. All right, linear dodge, fly in here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn these 2 layers off here. And I'm only going to need to technically see this portion of it. So I think that's all I'm going to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and start masking out this part right here. masking, and a masking, and a masking some more. Mask, 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 mask. Masking some more. Masking some more. Masking some more. And more. And more. And more and more and more. Mask, mask, mask. Okay, that should do. Whoops. Bring that back here, bring that down, pull this up, push this on. Cool. So now I've got my mask here. Now we've got that going behind it. So what this all looks like together is that. So we've got this scene. We've got our... Oh, that sucks. As you can see, I have failed once again. So I need to fix this. Obviously, I got a little too into my masking, so I'm just going to go ahead and fix it. Add a bunch of points in here. Oops. And change my mask. See, that's what happens when you don't look at the full effect. So take it from me, kids, and don't be an idiot whenever it comes to masking. Don't drink and mask. Which I'm not drinking, but man, does beer sound good. I have some in my refrigerator. Nope, probably shouldn't do that. Alright, there's that. Add some more points there. Keep on masking. Pull that up. There we go. There's that. Add a couple more points just to be safe. Bring this in right there. All right. Make this a bit taller. Pull that out just a little more. Cool, so now we've got that. That's pretty much about what we wanted, or at least what I wanted. So, yeah, take that, machines. Cool. All right, so we've got the lightning. We got that down and patented. Cool. And so we're basically going to do the exact same thing again. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my energy lightning here, and I'm going to duplicate it. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to take this energy, duplicate it, put that on top of there. I'm going to rename this one energy left behind. And I'm going to take the peripherals of this one, and instead of there, I'm going to move it over to this little blockade right here. Go ahead and turn this on. And now we have perfectly sourced lighting out through here. Well, I mean, it's not perfect, but we're going to get there. And we're going to use basically the same peripherals as the other one. We're going to change the seed a bit, just so it looks a little more random. If I can find the seed, I need to find it. There it is, right in front of my face. Change the seed. Let's brighten it up just a little bit because it's a bit dark. Do one of those. And again, we'll go ahead and duplicate this. I'm going to turn that layer off just in case I need to change something. I can change it and apply the mask pretty quickly. So we go into the layer and we pre-compose it and move all attributes into new composition. Went a little Russian there. Okay, normal, change it to linear dodge. And we're going to mask out everything that we want in the scene instead of subtracting from the scene. So go ahead and start the mask again. Mask out this, mask that. Control, take that, pull this down. Boomlord, I'm sure you're probably like, oh my gosh, I'm sick of this guy freaking masking. I know how you feel. There we go. This is one of those cases where I wish the stream could incorporate other people's microphones and stuff, so you can like comment like live instead of kind of like, I guess it's like an Xbox Live thing, so you can like comment or call me an asshole or, you know, stuff like that. Be mean to me while I'm doing this, or not be mean to me, but you know, it'd be funny. Next level After Effects. Put that in, pull that over, pull it down, take this, move it over. Get my lightning out of the way. Too much brown. Just pull it over. That, pull it over. Pull that down. I am not wrong. At least I'm not the one doing it. Yeah, I hear you, man. There's that. Alright, how far up are we? Alright, better play safe again. There's this. Pull that over. Take that. Pull that over. I need to find some theme music, some masking music to play that's like royalty free. So that has to incorporate banjo. Okay, so here's a quest for everyone that's watching, my whole 3 viewers. If you can find some awesome royalty free like banjo music that's like fast paced, so whenever somebody finds this tutorial or whatnot, they hear that banjo playing, they know that it's masking and you know that it's masking. So every time you click on this this After Effects feed, you'll hear you know it's masking. And then it'll drive me slowly, ever so slowly, insane. All right, that's looking pretty epileptic-y so far, so I think that's going to be what we're looking for. All right, so we've got one more lightning strike thing that we're going to add into the scene, which again we're just going to duplicate this energy left behind. Duplicate that, pull that on top. And what am I doing? Rename this energy left front. Turn that on. Change my point. Nope, change this point right here. Boom. Change the seed just a little bit. That way we got something a little different. Now this is where it's going to be really, really freaking difficult. Because like the before tutorial, we've got a guy here that technically should be casting a shadow whenever this light source is going. So technically, we're going to have light through here. We're going to have light right here in front of our dude, as well as a shadow casting onto the pyramid. Now, I'm not going to do all this tonight because it's going to take way, way too long. And we're already 44 minutes into the tutorial or into the live stream. I wish I could do it more, but usually around an hour, my live stream starts to go down. Just because I guess it's OBS software and YouTube beta or whatever. So I'm not quite sure why, but I'm going to try to keep this under an hour and a half. So I'll do as much as I can through that time. And I also see I have a problem on my mask here. So that's always fun. So we've got that problem. Is that the one that's going behind? It is. So technically, actually, I should be doing something more like this. Then adding more points in here. Turning it around. That's probably going to make it look a little bit better. Because technically, I should be going behind that, not in front of it. And F for feather. Yeah, you're probably thinking, my God, he just did this. Okay. That looks a little better. Maybe. Well, I'll fix it here in just a little bit. All right, so back on this point. Okay, so we don't have any masking to do on this thing, thank God. But I do want to change some of the intensities, changing some of the details. And since this is one in the front, make it a little bit more wiggly, change it around, you know, do the fun stuff. That didn't do jack. Bzz. No. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Why does color dodge look so good on that one, and it doesn't look near as good? Ah, that's why. Okay. Let's do linear dodge on all of this stuff. And then, whenever I add the light on top of this, I'll do the color dodge, and it's going to make it look quite a bit better. Betterer. Correct? Correct. Okay. So, there's that. That's fun. So, we've got a bunch of light going around the pyramid. Which looks pretty good. That's what they wanted. We've got kind of like the reflectivity going on right there. Looks pretty good. I think it could probably be more, but I think color correction is going to fix a lot of that because this scene is technically supposed to be very, very bright. I'm going to have to fix that. And I think I'm probably going to fix it right now. What do you say? Yep. Okay. Glad we all agree. So, let's go to effects and presets. Let's go to exposure. Move this down. Go to our cave here. Let's go to exposure here. Let's really bring it up. Bring that guy up. Gamma, gamma, gamma. Maybe gamma, gamma, gamma. Yep, gamma, gamma, gamma. And maybe expose it down just a little bit. Because technically this is supposed to be very bright. It's supposed to be white. So, we've got a lot of yellows in this. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in some curves. Oh, cures. Sorry, I've been playing too much Final Fantasy, so I've got cure on the mind. Let's pull that down. Set of blue. Bring it up. It's going to give us some red. Pull down our red. And then let's change. Oops. No green. That's a bad green. That looks a little too funky. maybe take out some of the gamma just because it's brightening it up way too much. Yeah, that's not bad. We'll do an overall. Now, another thing I'm going to probably have to do is add a bunch of lighting that's down here. So I'll probably do that next. And I think I'm going to do it with 3D light sources. I think that's probably going to be the quickest way to do that. You know? Yeah. Well, maybe. Man, that's a tough question. Okay. Well. Let's see here. Okay, let's try it. Let's go to... Now, I know this is probably going to be a little bit weird. I'm going to use a 2D layer to make or a 3D layer to make a 2D effect. Weird. So layer new solid and make comps black will be fine. I'll call this lighting layer. I think. Well, lighting back. Crap. I'll just call them lighting backdrop. Okay. And I'm going to hit T and bring this down. And actually, I don't want it black. Sorry. Layer, solid settings. I want it to be gray. Okay. Bring that down. Okay. And I'm basically going to just bring it all the way down to like 5, maybe. So I've got this light thing. Okay, so I'm going to, well, actually, lighting backdrop, floor. That's what I'll call it, floor. Okay, so now, guess what? I'm going to mask. Going to mask some more. And I'm basically going to mask out the floor that's around here and all the way around here. And I think it's going to work the way I want it to. And then I'm going to add a light source, and I'm going to put one right here and here that flickers on and off. That should technically bring in a bunch of different lighting effects right through here. So in theory, this should work. Usually I would change it into a 3D layer, and I would align it with the way the floor looks. But since I'm going to be adding a 3D camera, that will mess up, I believe, my camera work that I'm going to be doing, so I'm not going to bother with that as of right now. So I'm going to go ahead and start masking. So mask away. Mask, 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 mask. Mask, mask, mask. Whoops. Masking, masking away. Bring that down, and that's got to be fun to fix. Getting rid of that shadow. Okay, I think his feet don't move, so I'll just go ahead and do this. Oops. Put that down. Nope, nope. Bad mask. It's a bad mask. There you go. There. Pull that up. Bring that down. Bring that in there. And pull this up. That down. Let's go. All right. Bring that there. Bring us. Oh boy. Clicked the wrong button. There we go. This. Oops. Probably should do it right there where that ends. Pull that down. No. That. This in there. Take it down, take it down, take it down. Keep going. Here we go. Again, another brown on brown situation. All right. Done. Cancel it out. Done. Okay. So hit T again. All right. So we now have that. Cool. So I'm also going to go layer new. Camera. Okay. And it's going to work just fine since we've got everything on a flat layer. So basically everything's looking at 3D, but it's a 100% flat thing as of right now. So next we're going to do layer new. Wow, just had a brain fart. Oh my gosh. Layer new light. And I'm going to change this to one of those little yellow lights because that's what we're dealing with is a yellow light. And I'm going to change its position. Hit P here. And I believe that added an ambient light. So yes, it did. Point light. That's what we want. I'm going to bring this down. Put it about right here. I'm going to change the intensity. Change the radius a bit. Well, maybe. I don't think it's going to do a whole lot for me right now. Nope. Okay. Cast shadows doesn't really matter. Shadow darkness. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is go to my lighting backdrop, and I'm going to see what happens whenever I do add. That looks okay. I think this needs to be closer down to this thing, though. Normal. Because it's casting too big of a spot. So actually, let's do this. Go hit P. And where's my position? Transform. Okay, there it is. Okay, so I'll do 0, 540, and 960. That should bring that right there. Right there. Let's bring this out. Should technically give me a crap ton of light. The further I go out through here. We're not. Well, maybe weird. Okay. Odd. Alright. There's this. Oops. Nope. Nope. Alright. I'm going to add 4 lights. So I'm going to add one right here. And I'm also going to go to intensity. I believe that's going to change that. Yes. And I'm going to hit alternate on the stopwatch and go to wiggle. And this is going to be flickering pretty fast. So 20, 50. I think that'll do pretty good. It's not enough, I don't think. That's interesting. Oh, duh. Sometimes I forget where I'm at. Alright, pull this down all the way down into the bottom of our cave here. There we go. And I can probably change up some of my mask there. So... lights. Okay, I want this to be quite a bit more. Let's say 250 or yeah, 520. Why not? Let's try that. Yeah, that's way too much. So let's say 250. Really, maybe I only need to do 3. Yeah, I think I just need to do 3. Alright, so there's that. Now I'm also going to go ahead and just move this to the center. A little bit. Okay, duplicate this. And move another one over here to the right. What just happened? Why did that change so much? I don't like the fact that that has changed. Why did that change? I don't want it to change. Oh, that's why. Okay. Bring that in. Whoops. Jesus Christ. This up. Pull it over. Alright, and duplicate this. And just pop that down right over here. The glory of this is that wiggle is so random at so many points that you technically don't really need to change it whenever you duplicate it. So we've got that there. We've got our gray layer. And I'm going to go change this to linear dodge. Or something else that might be better. Color dodge, maybe. Actually looks pretty good. So now we've got a bunch of stuff lighting out our floor, which looks really good. Cool, that looks good. Hit M. I want to feather this out just a bit and hit F. Just a few pixels, not too much, because if I feather it too much, it's going to just look stupid. Cool, that's looking good. Okay. Now, another thing that we'll probably end up doing is taking a layer and doing it on here. Oh, well, see you, Victor. Hope you had a good time. See you, Boomlord. Hope you had a good time. I'm going to read my messages here real quick. Got to run, falling asleep at keyboard. Had a shoot at 6 a.m. this morning. My personal live stream has reached its end for the night. I'll catch the rest on the permanent video. All right, man. I'll see you later. Hope to catch you next time. Cool. So we've got this thing going on. And I don't know. I think I'm going to keep on trucking for at least a few more minutes here. And I see we still got a couple people on the stream. I hope you guys are enjoying the live stream here. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit them in the chat window. Also, we have a fun little fan funding button there. If you enjoy watching us do tutorials, we'd love to get some support from you guys. Even if you don't support, we're going to keep going and keep rocking these out, because we're trying to create an awesome community here of people and know-how, and it's just a fun experience. Okay, so I think the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to probably add the light source onto here. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this, hit M, delete this mask. Wow, that changed a lot. Hit T, and I'm going to turn this to normal. And feather out just a bit. And I'm going to focus mainly on just these little rocks here, these little stumps. All right, do that. Up, go up. Up here, go, whoops, down there, take that about right there, and that should be good on that one. Maybe not. There. Move that there. Okay, let's try that here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do this and do color dodge. Awesome. Cool, got that. And we'll move over. We'll basically just add another mask on that same point, just because we can, because I want to. That's why. Well, because the layer technically doesn't need to be changed, because we're just adding masks. So technically the light is already going on all of the layers, so we don't need to add any more masks. Do this, pull this there, this around here, move this around there, this around here, pull this around, pull it up, and we'll just end it right here and pull this down about right there. There, and check it out. At a point here, just because I don't like the fact that changed that much. All right, hit T or F for feather. I want to feather this one out just a bit. Oh, wrong one. Whoops. All right, feather this one. Okay. There's that. And go back and do color dodge here. Cool. Looking good. So the next thing that we'll probably end up doing is adding the light source onto the wall, adding our pyramid of light source. But I think we are done for tonight. We've got about an hour and 10 minutes on us. Our live stream is running awesome, so I'm going to keep it at that. Guys, I hope you enjoyed our live stream for the night. And I hope you come back next time. We'll be doing this tomorrow. That is Friday. So if you're watching again, we'll be doing this again tomorrow at 11 p.m. just like normal. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to, if you can, drop in some funds. Also check us out on facebook.com/tutorial or facebook.com/avidproductions479 and twitter.com/tutorialgrid. Check us out on our website, avidproductions479.com. And I hope to catch you guys